do Jewish people prepare for Passover? Well, Passover has finally arrived, and we are about to show you.
Passover is one of the most important holidays in the Jewish faith. It lasts for 8 days and celebrates the freedom of the Jewish people from slavery in ancient Egypt. Thousands of years later, Jews across the world are still celebrating.
But even though it is a celebration, there is a ton of work that must be done before the holiday.
The first step in preparing for Passover is cleaning your home. And today, the Canary family will be doing just that. Passover is like Jewish spring cleaning. According to the Torah, your house must be completely free of something called chametz.
What is chametz?
Chametz is considered any grain, like wheat, that has been in contact with water for longer than 18 minutes. This is because after 18 minutes, the rising or leavening process begins.
So this means no regular cookies, cake, cereal, pasta, or bread are allowed during Passover.
By avoiding leavened products during Passover, the Jewish people remember how quickly their ancestors had to leave their homes without time to let their dough rise before baking it into bread.
Chametz can also represent sin, pride, and evil.
We clean not only our houses, also our hearts.
Just remember, while cleaning, you should also clean any dishes or utensils that have come into contact with chametz during the year.
Now it's time to go shopping.
During Passover, Jews have special dietary restrictions. Not only do you have to clean chametz from your home, you also cannot eat it. For example, Jews will not eat regular leavened bread, and instead eat an unleavened bread known as matzah.
Here in Israel, you will see that grocery stores have entire sections of food that are kosher for Passover.
And this is where you can find matzah bread. These foods are available only once a year during Passover. Here, there are cookies, snacks, and other ingredients that you are allowed to eat. The food even has labels that say kosher for Passover. Make sure you stock up on all the necessary ingredients for your Passover meals. And of course, get plenty of wine for the Passover Seder. The Passover Seder is a ceremonial feast that happens at the very beginning of the holiday. During the Seder, family and friends gather. The Seder includes the retelling of the story of Passover, drinking 4 cups of wine, and eating special foods.
If you want to understand more everything you just saw, you can read the book of Exodus to learn about the original Passover story.
It is a story of freedom from oppression and slavery.
So now we wish you a happy Passover.
Imagine a bunch of baby chicks under attack. But then, a mother bird comes to defend. She hovers over the nest, standing in harm's way to rescue her young. This image was used by the prophet Isaiah to describe how God defends his people when they are under attack. And he uses a rare Hebrew verb, pesach, to describe this act of protection. While this verb, pesach, shows up only a few times in Scripture, its related noun, pesach, occurs dozens of times to name one of the Bible's most important festival meals, Passover. So why is the word for the Passover festival the same word used for protecting hovering birds? The backstory begins in Exodus. The brutal tyrant Pharaoh ordered that newborn Hebrew sons be drowned in the Nile River. God sends Moses to confront Pharaoh, who refuses to let the people go. God strikes Egypt with 9 plagues to force Pharaoh's hand, and the 10th is a deadly plague that will attack the firstborn son in every house, turning Pharaoh's own murderous evil back onto himself. But God provides a way to survive this final plague. Any household can select a blameless lamb and roast it for a meal. Then they are to smear its lifeblood on the door frame of their house, purifying that house from any association with Pharaoh's murderous evil. Moses tells the people that if they do this, God will pesach that house. Yahweh will pass through to strike the Egyptians, and he will see the blood on the door frame and the 2 doorposts, and Yahweh will pesach over the door. He will not allow the destroyer to enter into your houses to strike. Now, this word is sometimes translated as Passover, which might make you think of skipping over or going away from the house. But other translations render the same word as protect, which is how Isaiah used the word. God will pesach his people like that mother bird, hovering over the house and not allowing the destroyer, which is the plague, to enter and strike. So, Passover, or Pesach in Hebrew, is the night when God's protective love held back death. And after this first Pesach, Moses instructs the Israelites to observe this meal as an annual feast. And so, it has been celebrated every year since.
שבעה ימי שבתא, 6 סדרי משנה, 5 חומשי תורה.